putting my dad's needs ahead of her own was my mom's way of showing Dad how much she loved him. And so I took my mom's example into my marriage with Bill. I gave and I gave and I gave, hoping that he would reciprocate, but that never happened, unlike Dad did with my mom. And so I gave even more, hoping against hope that I would get something back. But instead of stopping and reviewing the situation, I gave even more. And the reason I did was because by then I didn't know any other way, except that by then I was giving resentfully. I always longed for a relationship which would be 50-50, but that never happened. Because you see, what I did was I trained Bill. This is what I did. I trained Bill by giving indiscriminately. When I left my marriage, I started reflecting about what goes wrong in relationships, and I did a lot of research around that area. And one of the things that I learned was that giving 50-50 is not loving or generous, it's scorekeeping. I once knew a woman who was really scared of being taken advantage of. And so every time we arranged to meet, she made absolutely sure we met exactly halfway. Even if it was in a field, it had to be halfway. And even though she had a car and I had to use public transport. So the other thing that I learned is that the kind of giving that I had grown used to was, again, not generous. It was being a martyr. True loving is by giving 100% to wanting your partner to be happy. But, and this is one of the best kept secrets, your partner must want the same. Otherwise, it won't work. What that means in practice is that you both have to be willing to give, but also to receive appreciation, to receive help, to receive support, to receive love. The problem we have, probably in the Western world, is that it's been drummed into us from all sides, from when we were children, observing other relationships, certainly the movies and the media and the church and watching other relationships, how relationships supposedly work. And it's so widespread that we believe that's how it is. And it never even occurs to us to challenge it. So this is what we need to do now, challenge it, because it is a dysfunctional way of managing relationships. Now, I do know that there's more to it than that, because of who we bring into our relationship. Who we bring is our self-perception of the kind of person we are. Are we Do we have low confidence or self-esteem? Do we believe that we are undeserving of love? Do we believe that we are not good enough? Do we believe that conflict is absolutely to be avoided at all costs for the sake of peace? Or do we love ourselves and know that we deserve to be loved, that we deserve to be treated with consideration and kindness? And yes, people will have fights. Obviously, people will have disagreements. But going on the counterattack, blaming them for whatever didn't work, for going on the defensive, for withdrawing, all these things get in the way of true love. I'll give you one example. Imagine your partner says something hurtful to you. You have a choice. Do you go on the counterattack, or do you say, that hurt? That wasn't nice. That's all you need to say, because A is completely true and honest, and you tell them how you feel. I guarantee that if they love you, they will think about it, come back and apologize. Because that's how good relationships work. Okay. The other thing that I know about loving yourself is that it is the starting point to all relationships that follow. That's why it's so important. And it's something that can be learned. In my next video, in 2 weeks' time, which is also my last one in the series, I will explore the question of what stops us from loving wholeheartedly. Until then, bye.